Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to the Gnomes. They're starting new week and now we're gonna start modeling the character finally. And so this is quad view. We are gonna get, also I found some interesting footage of the Dragon Nest character. There are many things, but it's boring to research, right? So you see here we got some skin, sort of a skin for the game, that we see that the anatomy is a bit weird, right? But let's play here and see if there is some emojis in the emotions, let's see. So just a little of gameplay here. Basically we won't see anything, but there is something that makes the character work, of course, in the action, right? So no, this is just a battle here, but the interesting thing is that this skin allows to spot. If I had found this before, this will probably have been useful on occasions. Yeah, some silhouettes sometimes look good, but you see, look at this legs, these cylinders, right? The arms, it's very basic, and it still works, right? So anyways, we're gonna go now for the modeling thing, and I need to focus here. So let's see what we can do from the possibly I've got also some extra reference screenshots. Let me quickly check here. Hold on, folks. Sorry about that. No, this is the Dragon Nest. Okay, so nothing new here about the collection. Okay, so so here we got all these already well set model sheets. So top view, front view, side view, and a sketch that is sort of old. Maybe I should substitute. It's still good for the body perception, right? Let's start some 1 hour stream here, a countdown timer, and we are going to start modeling this with let's see, probably I would like to realign this this entire grease pencil here is just for the Necromancer character. So we're gonna bring this, it's alone, right? There's nothing following it, so it's just, we just can maybe reposition its G by some, let's say, where is the world origin? Is there, so it is barely see, but it's this red. Yeah, I can barely see it. GZ, hold control. I think it will be here. So 1, 2, yeah, the head counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this is more or less this. So it won't bypass this, I think. So by repositioning here, we're gonna reposition the origin of this grease pencil in the world origin. So Shift S1, cursor to world origin, and then right mouse button click here, set origin to 3D cursor. So here we got this reset in a good positioning. We can also probably, let's see, the transforms. No, it's all here, but whatever, I'll apply all. And so I'm gonna save, and here maybe I should have some backups at this point, so I'm gonna save as an incremental, Control Alt S. So yeah, now we're working on this one. So I have reference of mesh topology from my previous main stylized characters, Dorothy and company, but here let's start from scratch. Probably would use the same face loops, right? But we're gonna make some crude practices here, and that should be from scratch. Why not? So so that might be more interesting, right? So there are many ways to start modeling low poly. This will be slightly low poly. I want to favor rigging, right? So in the end, we'll see if I can do any improvements on the mesh topology studies here could help for my own character, my own characters, because this is like we can always get some improvements about that. So for the head we can scale this like, yeah, so this is often very basic, so you can have a subdivision surface modifier here, then we scale this like 0.5 maybe, no, 0.1, then we can position it here, then we can apply all transforms for this cube. It really doesn't matter here, it's just we can scale from this point already. We're gonna destroy this mesh anyway, so gonna also apply this thing. Then here this is very good for the head in my opinion. Then we need to start with the rest of the body. So I don't like sculpting, I don't have too much experience with that. I think it's good, but for low poly characters I don't see why struggle with that. It's very personal, right? So I think for me drawing, I used to draw, so yeah, I like to, I think the modeling is more is simpler to control the shapes in like more analytical, right? But it's certain comes down to personal preference. I like sculpting for now, for the time being, for maybe some shape keys stuff, maybe some adjustments, but one day maybe I'll figure out better ways. Okay, so here we're gonna get this, we're gonna put this mesh here on front. No, we're gonna add another cube here inside this mesh. So this is edit mode, we can maybe place it here. So here we would like to have the quad view. Remember, quad view, we can use we should be using this sync zoom pan, right? It syncs synchronize zoom and pan, so it's very, very important. Without the quad view we don't have the cards for this. I made a request in Blender community, but nobody cares, so apparently no one does that, or no one thinks it's important, or it's too long post. So it's very fundamental. I don't know why they haven't fixed that, but hope that some people will be sensible about this and realize that it's very important. So here, of course, we with this base mesh we can scale like here. We can also pick these wires. We can use the mirror, of course. Let's start cutting this stuff. Fundamental mirror modifiers, right? So delete this side, then do the add mirror. X I usually clip, so from this stance this condition they already clipped in the center, no need to check, although we can, but no need to check if this is done like that. We get used to this. So here we got this thing, we can already get those things in good shapes, in start to approx. So here we're gonna already start to take into account some of the mesh topology problems that we're gonna face, and so this is very, very relevant. So here the thoracic cage, we can already maybe make a subdivision, no, not here, actually here, and bring these ones up about here. So we're gonna start to shape this thoracic cage. So here we're gonna move up. So very simple here. Of course the topology will be very important. So here we could extrude this kind of arm right now. Why not? Yeah, we're gonna try that, should work. So gonna make a subdivision here, gonna this will cause a lot of problems, but if we don't fix the topology soon, but this is fine. Same for the leg here. So we see that what is this vertex? Okay, it's going diagonal. Okay, of course. So we can try to bring this here, bring this here, then here the belly, this we can try to get some shapes here. This the crotch region, so this could be interesting. We could consider already splitting in half. Not yet, we're gonna make more developments here. I don't have a formula for like the best practice here, but whichever thing we do here will work in the end, because we are paying attention to the shapes and to the mesh topology. So here, why I'm doing this particular splitting, because this is for wave paint layering, so I'm already trying to take into account what I'm gonna build here in terms of mesh topology and geometry. I'm already trying to take into account this face loop. So this, we're gonna bring this one here and gonna start to extrude down the leg with this one, something like that. So we could use the front, we can use the front view here, but this is still gonna be very, what is this, very crude. Okay, then here we see maybe we can improve this shape here. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it to the side. I'm gonna exaggerate this for now, just like that. We don't have much supportive geometry yet, topology for all those complex shapes, but we're gonna get soon enough. So here we can already extrude the sheen, and here maybe, why not, we can do this and we can do this. We can try to get this diagonal shape here. So we start simple, and then we are somewhat simple, and then we start to get this more complex. So here we're gonna extrude this foot. You see that the mesh here is not exactly in the center. Maybe we could reposition this foot. Yeah, I think the foot character design is very weirdly positioned here. Why this happened? Okay, so in this case maybe we can just go back to the grease pencil here. The front view here, we can access access this. Maybe we can bring this foot here. Why not? Maybe it's too wide. This is risky, so I'm just gonna centralize it a little for now. S scale, usually I found myself doing the feet of my characters too in the orthographic view for model sheet a bit too big foot characters for some weird reason. Yeah, it's can be very uncomfortable to draw on orthographic, so those mistakes can happen. But then we see that in the 3D model the things are very weird. So let's go back here, and on the mesh, actually we can get something good here. Let's see if this grease pencil object is in front. Yes, it is in front, so this is exactly what I wanted. So we're not gonna be touching this, so we're gonna go back to this cube. So this will be Necromancer, so mesh Necromancer. So here actually we're gonna make a new collection, like we're gonna put it in black. We're gonna call it Link Necromancer. So I'm already considering this to be like for some other projects. So I'm gonna maybe link in some scene. I'm gonna move this down. So this is like all the reference stuff, but yeah, should be better organized. I don't care right now. So the only thing that matters here right now is the grease pencil. So maybe I even place it not inside the collection, but somewhere here, so it's easy to visualize. Yeah, for now we'll keep that. And here we're gonna make a collection inside this one, new collection. We're gonna call the meshes. So we will need an armature. So this is like yeah, meshes, you know, meshes. Then we got here, could be this color, place this inside here. And we could also get, since we are here, let's get armature. So this is very clean. The grease pencil, it won't stay here because this the grease pencil is more like the building reference. It's structural, but not, it doesn't follow up animation, right? So it's just for the building of the character, like the original file. So it doesn't come with the linked collection. We can, but it's not, it's just like the empty, the custom shapes widgets. They don't go into the linked collection, but they will follow the indirectly through linking system of Blender of the how the custom shapes work. So that's the setup here. So we need this collection open. We're gonna work with this. Yeah, so this will be, we'll take our time here. I'm trying to make this quick, fast, right, flowish, but it is, right, it is topology, and more than modeling shapes, it's also topology. So it's many things that would take some time eventually. So we can't just rush this crazily, but we can for sure try to do this thing with some good performance. Yes. So for example here, let's leave this in 3D. Why I'm not, it's because these areas are, the area of the quad view is just too small, but I'm training here, maybe that helps. This, you see, it's in the way, maybe it's not disturbing because I don't want to be changing it all the time. I place it, okay, center goes there. Yeah, let's just leave it. Yeah, it's still glitching. All right, area, and then let's get to the left side, right? Okay, that's it. I think it gets confused with the quad view region, because actually this entire thing is actually an area. Okay, so I cannot rotate here, so this, we're gonna extrude the thumb here, and we're gonna try to match here. This is why we need this oh yeah, this is good, this is good. We can work with this condition here. Let's see, this yeah, I'm not extruding along the normal, so this is not being very good. Let's try to align this more regularly. Yeah, this is horrible. So this is the top view. It seems to be okay. This one is not okay. Anyways, this mesh will have why do I don't have the smooth here? Fundamental smooth tool, right? So here, let's see here. Yeah, the thumb should be actually here. Let's keep rotating this. Let's pick this face loop here. Let's try to rotate this in. Ah, this is the side view, right? We could change the opacity of this grease pencil, maybe. Yes, we can do that. So we are gonna use the, so it's just these three. So the front, let's reduce a little, the side, and the top. Yeah, that seems good. We can work with that. And if we go wireframe, then the grease pencil will go nuts. So we can't do this. This is a problem. No, we can, but it's very bad for readability now. So this is the top view. So I need to, yeah, at least on edit mode for the mesh object, right? We can see things working here. So already something went wrong here about this mesh, so gonna GY, let's move all this in sync. Not in sync, yeah, in sync. Let's move them together. And let's so I'm doing this awkward modeling thing because I'm exploring something of the low poly character design, right? So maybe we can achieve some cool looking character with some exploring some weird shapes of the hand. If you see that game that I was mentioning, the Dragon Nest, the hands are creepy. So but it just works, right, for a game like that, right? So nobody cares. Well, maybe somebody cares. I don't want to do like that, of course. I want to do something. I want to get more interesting, more organic shapes. But meanwhile, as I'm doing the organic shapes, I'll try to get some stylization that can take advantage of low poly meshes. Even though I'm not gonna go full low poly, I'm gonna go quite organic. So here I'm struggling with the amount of, yeah, probably should do this. Yeah, bring this here, bring this here. We might be changing this later. Okay, this seems to be more regular geometry now. This should be fine. Ah, this thing, what's happening here? We have this face loop, right? Maybe we scale this up, right? Yeah, a lot of things to do here. But okay, this can wait. This is... Ah, this is the top view actually. I was thinking this was the side view. No, the side view is here. Side view is looking fine for the most part. This is behind, yeah, so we'll decide how to make this this topology later. I want something that deforms spontaneously well, and if possible have good shapes, and at the same time good face loops, organic face loops, but that is still quite low poly. So all this very very complex for the hand. So here we're gonna for this the elbow. So I've been using some low poly technique, right, but I'm not gonna bring them right now because it will make things more difficult, but we're gonna try to get these shapes here. Yeah, here good face loop to have. Good, this one, so good one. We could have another there. Here, good one also to have for some shapes here. Here we're gonna need to develop the shoulder. We see that we have terrible stuff here. We need to solve this. Welcome Lucas Mick, welcome. Modeling mentioned, yes, modeling, low poly modeling, the traditional, not sure the traditional way. For me, yes, the traditional way, the old school way. So the finally we got the modeling thing. I think I need more subdivisions here very soon, but it's good to subdivide. Yeah, start work when you get better base mesh here, right? So this starting We could even rig that, would be nice, but it's dangerous to rig this kind of stuff, because if you're doing some more complex rigging, because as I intend to, because then the new vertices will have to solve new waves, so it doesn't work unless you are using these auto waves from, right? Can you model super fast? I can, but this quad view and the cold weather here, like it's very difficult to go fast. I'm a bit rusty also, but I decided to model it instead of from scratch, instead of getting my mesh topology reference, right? And I'm not gonna look at that reference because I want to see if I can get some good stuff from scratch from my mind directly. So when I need some reference, then I'm gonna look at it. But for now, we're gonna try to get as much as we can from the from scratch. So here there are, yeah, maybe we need something here. Yeah, good phase loop here, basic developments, alright. Then we could develop what else? Yeah, there's, let's get a subdivision. Yeah, let's get this side view here. It will be hard to synchronize, but now I'm not doing model sheet anymore, so we can just work on this. Now let's readjust here for this area and region. Yes, no, where is the things go crazy? Cold weather. Are you in Chile or it's southern Brazil, Rio Grande do Sul? Not Chile. It's not super cold, but I'm not good at yeah, and this humidity here makes cold feels much worse. So actually, I hope the storm isn't too bad. No storm. No storm here, fortunately, this time. But then I'm dying in the heat in the USA here. Some people hate the heat. Yeah, the heat waves are deadly. I prefer death by warm, by hotness, than death by cold. I don't know. Both are terrible. But what was that smooth keybind you use for smoothing the geometry? It's just this thing. You get this smooth tool. I don't know the shortcut, but I think shift space bar smooth. It says control 1, but what I'm using, just pick that, and you see this gizmo here, just use the gizmo. If you don't see the gizmo, be careful. It is here, show gizmo. So I have a shortcut for this, Control Alt Z. I don't recommend, but here. So sometimes you don't see, it's because it is here. Sometimes you don't see the gizmo, sometimes it's because we are in a shape key editing, and then the gizmo is somewhere, I know it's here, and you're editing here. But so make sure this thing is enabled, viewport gizmos, show gizmo, right? And also, of course, gizmo, yeah, something here about the gizmo, the default, right? And also, otherwise you can't do this with the, yeah, you need the gizmo. Another thing that can go wrong is that if you are accidentally playing the timeline and you're not seeing it, then the gizmo vanishes, and happened to me many times. So you need to stop, right? So then you can see, now it appears. Okay, so this is very important. So smooth for I think it's very good, one of the best tools for modeling this kind of in this kind of workflow. And then okay, then here the foot, yeah, this is usually I'm using for these limbs. I've been using for these limbs about for these limbs I've been using the, what I've been using, yeah, I mean subdivisions wise, like six subdivisions, like usually in the front and in the back, but then they start to adjust in the side, right? 8 subdivisions for me, no, this is no low poly anymore. No, it need to keep because if you have a limb that requires 8 faces, base face, subdivided face, well, then I don't think this is it's good because it's clean, it's organized, but right, it's too much, right? Why you need that? So I think that will be towards medium poly. Doing 4, it's too little, so that it's very hard to handle in the for the organic skinning, right? For organic rigging, it's not good. There's not enough topology, there's not enough linking, right? Yeah, so the topology is too small. We fall short of strategic vertices and edges and so forth. If we have 5 faces, I tried, it's interesting. We could use like but like we could favor maybe the front of the knee or the back of the knee, sometimes the side, but it's confusing. Like this is more for those low poly art styles, right? That minimalistic. But 5 face loops is quite good for limb in terms of like middle term between very low poly and medium poly. But it's, you need to make some artistic choices, technical choices. It's difficult, but it's a good one. Then why 6? This is why I prefer 6. 6 is like, is not crazy much like 8 or beyond 8. It's not symmetric, but you get the you can get the symmetry, right? At least on one orientation, and that is very okay, I think. So it can cause some problems for the side of the limbs or the side that doesn't have, but then we can fix that in some other ways, right? So here, for example, I would like to have this subdivision here. Not sure we have a follow this place here, and for the foot probably yes. You see it's subdivided here, so not sure I'm gonna keep those ones in this direction, but that should do. And then we can also have here, this is subdividing the whole hand. I don't want that, so I'm gonna just maybe hide this thing. Let's try this and this, and it doesn't mean we can't have other subdivisions on the top for the shoulder, but this is good. This is how I've been doing this stuff. So here we could have some trouble. While this will probably try to approximate, right? And we'll probably have more topology and more mesh density here, and certainly here, yes, and certainly here in these critical regions. And we can expand also here some geometry. We can do this right now, right? So here, this is, we can already start to grow this stuff. Then here, of course, we can make this, but for the low poly thing here, we can use that strategy of no, it's not like that. How is, yeah, it's like I've been using this. It's actually for, I need to revise, but it's, yeah, maybe this is for super low poly, but it can work on more organic mesh. There's some collapsing of the geometry. So J here, okay. We're gonna stick with this for now. Probably here we're gonna pick this and do, and this one. Here we're gonna build that. This will be this is very critical. So here we can do the same thing. So we're gonna start by doing this and this. J, let's get this thing. Inset GY, pushing this forward. We can pick this face loop. So very good face loops here to smooth in and work out. Here gonna also for the joint, like it's not easy, but it's not guaranteed that this will be positive in all ways, right, for the ideal rigging, but it can work, right? It's a very simple way, but I need to re-rig my character to fix the details to really see if there's not anything wrong about this approach. Like anything will do, right? You just need to get the vertices in some position that are favorable for the wave, right? And now you can have corrective bones, corrective shape keys, depends on the project. For me, I think this is interesting. Okay, then we're gonna pick this and this. We're gonna smooth this. We're gonna smooth this as well. Why not? Let's smooth this stuff here, and here we're gonna pick this and smooth this there. We can also shade smooth for this. Let's see. Sorry, no, what else? What else? That's definitely a tip that only shows up through like 5k hours of blend. That's so smooth because you can just click and drag instead of pressing Ctrl V and trying to find smooth vertices. Damn, that's smart. How optimal is that? Yeah, this stuff here, they are very strategic things, right? So there are some good tutorials on this, very small tutorials. They don't explain all the theory, but the idea here is that this triangle face here, this thing, they will sort of collapse. This is the idea, right? They will collapse. Even this thing, I think they will collapse when the limb bends. If the bones are, if the waves are properly set, everything like it is likely that this will produce an interesting result, but it doesn't mean that it will spontaneously solve everything. So this is I'm still struggling a little with this technique here for because I'm not doing totally low poly, right? So this is why I'm trying to mix this into a relatively low poly model, right? So this, but this gives some interesting results, so it's interesting to test. So but in my case, I still require to adjust very complicated corrective bones and keep doing the waves properly. I've been messing some basics also, doing some wrongs in the basic, but this is a good start, maybe. Yeah, this can be a good start. Yeah. So let's see, what is Control V about? Oh yeah, this smooth verse. Yeah. So many tools here are very useful, but nobody uses them, or they don't show very well in the workflow. So that's important too. I myself, I barely use anything here except for the smooth. So edge slide, I do Control E, right? And there are some other tricks with edge slides which are hard to remember. Though it's good to have a collection of solutions for. Okay, let's go back here. This is a shortcut, by the way. I've made for the wireframe, geometry wireframe overlays, right? So this is Shift Control Alt Z. In this case it's very bad because I'm relying on the grease pencil and I don't want to see the wire of the grease pencil. So at least on, I don't need to be using this, but we can swap here for, usually for object mode, right? So you can like see the, let's hide the grease pencil, yeah, this thing, right? So very, very good. Also Shift Control Alt N for normals. This in Blender 4. Recent Blender, they took off the default showing blue, the normal positive face. I preferred looking at them because then I don't know sometimes when it is enabled, disabled. Yeah, so it's Shift Control Alt Z, Shift Control Alt N, Shift Control Alt, I don't know. Yeah, Shift Control Alt B for, it is for bones when you have the armatures. The display type, the armature, the skeleton. Display as B bone. Then what else? Yeah, Shift Control Alt H for objects. So it's wire, so you can display as wire. Shift Control Alt solid, Shift, yeah, the default is textured. So yeah, I also have simplify, Shift Control Alt I. So this is a render setting. Already fixed this one, right? So Shift Control, it takes off the subdivision, but we need to, yeah, 0, and that's all. The rest is render. It's just the subdivision here. So this is, and so more. It's this good shortcut for me to remember because you stack all you can, and it hardly you will get accidentally to click something, right, that you don't want. So now very hard to reach. Shift Control Alt I. And it's very easy to remember the combos, right? Big combos. So here, let's continue here. So we got, yeah, this topology. Okay, so here we need to develop here. I've had trouble with the ears. Elf ears, human ears, what kind of ears? Cat ears. I was trying to like make a plane with the solidify modifier and applying it, then trying to join it. How would you do the ears for that car? Okay, so now the ears is yeah, you can do that. I would use the idea here of this. I don't have enough geometry here, but at this moment, but let's see. We see that the ear here, you see it starts from the back, so we could probably do something like here. Yeah, I can do that. So let's inset something, a selection, and from this inset more or less in here, then you extrude out anyhow and then you can scale down there. If you're using maybe 3D cursor, then you can scale, try to match the the front, the side, even the top, right? Where's the top? This is the elf here. I haven't made the top view of this. Probably it should be behind. Okay, no, it is about here. Okay, so something like here, and then we can maybe individual origins, maybe do this. So if you have the good topology, right, okay topology, you can just inset multiple faces, right, and then extrude from this, and there we go. Here I picked 3 faces because this thing is right behind, all around the back of the skull, right, the top back of the skull. So this doesn't mean that the topology is good to go here, but it seems quite adequate already. Well, so we can use this already. Here we probably will try to make more developments here. Here, let's see, yeah, try to match. Maybe here we can do some other things. This we might want to simplify the tip because there's too much geometry here. Maybe it's not needed. Here I need to maybe hide this stuff. Go here and let's see what we need here. yeah, I don't have a good topology here for the and for here we can, for example, yeah, I have this exactly. So these are our quads. So you can, for example, pick this and inset here, then smooth this out, bring this inside. There are many ways to do. I've been doing like this for these furry characters or animal anthropomorphic characters, cartoony characters, and this is good face loop, right? And here a little challenging here for the others, so possibly you could try to do something else here, maybe even delete this and try to extrude inwards. Yeah, I don't know, this can vary. Yeah, this seems better. And then maybe grid fill, maybe. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay, and maybe probably here we can also make another thing here. So topology, mesh topology is very important to handle this stuff, because if you have good topology, it's easier to model anything. If the mesh topology, if the topology is favorable to modeling, right? So sometimes for even the lips in the mouth, sometimes it's better for modeling them, for shaping them. Sometimes it could even be better to have tricky topology, but that makes the face loops more adequate to work with. So here at the top, maybe it's not ideal, but you see, for this part it works. So we could maybe bring this more like here. So anyways, we get I think we can go with these faces here. It's not, seems plausible to work like that, right? See, the point is here. So it's not very, it is symmetrical in terms of the topology apparently, but it's not, or almost symmetrical, but the geometry is not symmetrical, right? So this is okay. This will still give good regularity for rigging, I think. So this should work. Oh god, and I need to make the ears on my character twist with muscle deforms. So the twisting... Okay, so maybe for twisting you'll need more subdivisions like here. Maybe, for example, beveling this, then you can redistribute those things that they can twist better, and twisting in like this, right? So it depends on the amount of twist. So this face is too large, right? Maybe need a subdivision here, but this low poly amount should be enough. Besides, because with the subdivision surface modifier, right? This should be actually good for lots of good deforms already in my experience. No need to, but if you want really a lot of twisting here, probably would require a few more geometry, unless you have some sort of, I'm thinking ears with curve object that you can twist them. I don't know. I remember hair with curves that you can do crazy twisting. I think it's not the same thing, right? Unless it's a bunny character, like with this large, long ears, then they can twist. That is very specific, right? Demanding. I never rigged that, so maybe that could be done with curve object. Bendy bones could be good for the twisting, but if the bendy bone twists too much, I think there's a bug, there's an inconsistency. So maybe we'll need many bendy bones sets twisting in sync in order to prevent the twisting beyond 180 positive or negative degrees. I'm not sure right now. I think there is a problem with bendy bones twisting too much. And of course, if you are using regular deformed bones, the twisting artifacts can be wrapper, right? And you can probably in this case, you wouldn't like to be using the preserve volume thing that will make a warping artifact. But it could improve if the twisting is not too much. It might be possible. And recently I've stumbled with maybe the never mind, something about I need to revise about the preserve volume, about its warping artifact. So many think that twists too much, this is dangerous. So maybe the regular bone, if you fix its deform, you can make a corrective detwister bone, like a twister helper bone. You make a corrective detwister bone that is just like a twister bone, but it does the derotation in like a 30% derotation. It's a derotator bone, but differently from the fan bones that I have some highlights on that. The twister bone, the corrective twister bone or the detwister bone, is like a fan bone. The principle is the same, except it's for the y-axis of the bone, the length of the bone. So it detwists the deforms the artifacts that will occur to excessive twisting of a deformed bone of the deforming mesh. So maybe this can help in rigging a ear. Okay, let's go back here. We don't need the subdivision here. What we need is the continue. Yeah, so now we're gonna go for the big trouble, which is the handle. Skip that. Yeah, one big trouble, of course, is the face. So let's try to see if we can. Is there any? Should I do the? No, let's go for big trouble on the body. So it's the joints, right? The complex joints. We want to fix some things. Yeah, let's already connect here the head. We can maybe do some. Yeah, I think this won't work. Yeah, let's do this manually. So just these cuts here. Let's delete these faces. Let's do the same here. Actually, here we can inset if this thing works. Boundary, yes, this worked, but I don't think these things are gonna work. So now let's undo this. We're gonna just do this. Probably need a face loop here. Yeah, let's edge loop right here. This will help this process. We will gonna get maybe this thing. Delete this face for now. I think I'm gonna accept this, even though this might be a mistake, but I'm gonna accept this. Then I'm gonna pick this thing, and this it's not matching because there's a subdivision here in the top. So this, so we won't have this thing here. You see, it cannot cross in this setup. We could do, but no, we're not gonna make it cross. This is just for developing the shoulder region, if I remember how I've done this. So we're gonna bridge edge loops here. Didn't work, so apparently we got some mistake here in this okay, we got this one. We can now pick this thing. We can smooth. It's very bad, so we can make one subdivision here, one on the top. I could make some face loop that would favor some anatomical thing of the neck here, but For this character, I'm not totally sure this. I don't think this might be a good thing to do right now. Here we can address, okay, the head is already connected. We can try to make the mask of the face. Yeah, why not? Why should we not do something here? Let's try to make some profile here. So this is okay. We can start to devise the top of the head with the bottom part. So let's try to make some organization here. Organize the skull here. This what's happening here? Okay, we have this face loop here, which will need some. Okay, it could be doing this, yeah, because for the character maybe it's a good one. We're gonna still position this at the top. Here this face is too large. Probably need a subdivision here already, so we can better rearrange this thing here. So this will be the top of the head. Okay, rounded forehead for this character. Then here, yeah, I'm already making too many. This thing probably need to bring it. I have some trouble here with those faces here. Too large faces right at this point, but it's good for a starting point. But we need to, yeah, she has a elf ears here. Maybe she's looking too weird like that. Anyways, we're gonna, yeah, good question. Should I keep that? Okay, I don't know. So I'm gonna leave it blank for now. It's not difficult to develop that later, but it can be complicated. So we're gonna bring this up because there are too many details here to work with. So we're gonna try to keep this thing. I don't have the top view here for this. This we could try to maintain the job, but this usually it's too bad because you see this face is too far away from this geometry here is too roguish. It just don't help. So we in this so what I've been doing for this to make it faster is like start to that's very bad. Okay, let's try to make some subdivisions here. Okay, so this is the chin. Okay, that can work, but this is the center. Yeah, the center. All right, so we need to maybe connect this here. There are a lot of work to do here for this topology, but we could start like this one could be. There are many ways to do this. Here got a triangle. This is okay. Here we can move this back. Oh, we see we are missing something here. We're gonna connect these ones. We can smooth this. Here we don't have a face loop yet, so we're gonna start to, from the front view, we're gonna start to get that wrong faces here. We're gonna isolate the head here because it will be impossible to work here. There are many vertices here that are sort of rogue. We need to this very huge end gone, so we need to make here we could start to make some subdivisions finally. So I have this muzzle shape. We're gonna start to build it. And I say you need to cut here, slice this thing. Wrong slice. Yeah, this is going chaotic, so we're gonna merge these ones. Here I see we can benefit from cutting this below the neck. So here I'm gonna not do this yet. Let's dissolve this. There is something here that is ready to go. So this goes back, this goes to the side, this goes to the side, but it's, yeah, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I have this is going well. And then we see that this neck doesn't have 6 faces yet, so it is incomplete in my strategy. So we're gonna, not that it needs, but that should be beneficial in the end. So we're gonna try to build this neck with the correct amount of, oh, actually I'm calculating wrong. Actually this neck will have 8 because I forgot it's being mirrored, of course. So 6 would be just 3. This is too low poly. So for this feature we would like to have, indeed it will have 8. Okay, so never mind. The neck is already correct. We could reposition this. Here we're missing some good face loop that could be present if I just have this good face loop here. Is very fundamental for the skinning of the neck. This probably is better idea. We can have this another face loop here. Let's see here. This seems to be fine. Then for this one we can, the last one here, we can expand, rotate here, move here. The face loop is, yeah, let's do more work here. Let's smooth this, try to scale down. It's very bad right now, but we're gonna, yeah, not too bad. What was your comment on rigging on and adding verts after you said like an hour ago? That wave paint, if you are doing wave painting for testings, it's very complicated to be adding. If you're not doing something like automatic waves, it's very complicated to be if you don't are using a very specialized workflow with, which is not too hard, like always reparenting with auto weights. There are some riggers who do that. I don't. But if you're not using something like that, then it's very complicated to be adding more topology, more mesh density, to be changing the mesh topology during the rigging. Because if you have a good already waves with a lot of bones and structures like working, helper bones, whatever, then the waves there start to break because you're adding more vertices, and those vertices, maybe if they are completely new, they will have 0 waves, they won't have any waves. So you'll have to fix the waves just for that specific vertex. So it's very, very bad to be doing this, right? But sometimes it's necessary. But with an auto waves workflow, it would be a good idea actually to be making, like, if I rig this with auto waves, then I make tests, let's see what happens. If it's deforming well, then okay, let's add some more, then you re-auto waves and so forth. So then you can see progressively how it is getting. So this is one idea, because I wanted to treat pre-visualization as a low poly scene and then upgrade all the assets, just a theory though. Yeah, so this can be is relatable. So you're modeling for final quality right now. No, yes, like I'm trying to get the amount of geometry that I will need in the end, which will match the other, more or less the other characters that I've got. Maybe I'll stay a little more low poly, I'm not sure, but yes, I'm going here for the ultimate amount of geometry and with good topology. So I'm not gonna make tests here, like to go back and forth like that experimental thing. No, I know what already the topology that works for this kind of characters, and I just need to spend enough time developing this that geometry in both geometry and mesh topology. Fortunately, I've done this over and over again, so I know what it takes. There's always some surprise that can arise, right? But especially because this is a different character design. So the face, yeah, the face is very. We're gonna finally be able to see. I hope today still. Yeah, we can achieve this face topology here, even if the geometry might not be perfect in the beginning. The topology can be, and this is somewhat important for this kind of workflow. Okay, so we got the front face here. You see, I was trying to get... Okay, so we can try to get the tip of the nose here. We can try to... Whichever cut here I do won't be good enough, so I'm gonna try to get a face here for the nose to appear. It will be a point, so probably you can get this in the center here. We're gonna pick this, and we are gonna start to build. Oh, this is too far. Okay, then. So how this? So this already we're gonna control V. No. No, it's not Shift D. What's the name of this? Control vertex. Vertex crease. Okay, gonna give this vertex a vertex crease. It won't show. It won't do anything right now, but we'll give it a vertex crease of. This works alongside the subdivision surface modifier. So we can maybe cut here, here. So this nose will be very small. Tiny, like how they according to this kind of mask structure. So I'm gonna try to do something very subtle here. Now this doesn't work, so around it, yeah, and then we need more subdivision. Yeah, I need to start cutting this thing. Even there's a lot of trigons here, that doesn't matter. We're gonna solve this soon. So here it's time to get this eye thing, right? The loop around the eye. So not sure this. Yeah, we're gonna get this anyway. So this have to change a lot of stuff here. Probably need some cut here. Maybe we can use this. Yeah, we can totally use no, this is complicated. I'm gonna cut this nonetheless after we see what we do with this. We need to reach here the center there somewhere. This for now, but we can probably cut here It's better sometimes to start from just face loops, floating geometry, like stuff like that, but here it's not the case. Dissolve this. Interesting. We could do something like that, but probably this won't work. There are too much things that must happen here, and we'll soon be able to visualize them. So probably here we need to cut here. This we gonna I'm gonna leave like this for now, and this is already doing some interesting loops, so probably you can do this here, and here we can do this here. So we're catching the whole, that's the whole thing. We're gonna slice this to get some space here. This, delete this face, F, then we're gonna slice here. This goes under the eye. Already see where it can go there, so we're gonna slice this, dissolve this, delete this face, and F here, and here we got a face loop for the eyes, which might be in the side here a little quite incorrect in many ways. Let's see if we can, here this face is being a problem, so maybe I need to do an I need to cut here. This is not helping. Okay, this will decide later, but at least we have this. We're gonna try to get here some, probably some hole here, right? Let's start with making a hole here for the eye of this character. This it's a good, excellent start. So we can start to what happened? I'm gonna extrude this inwards and backwards. Cannot clip in the mirror. This is dangerous. If it's clipping is too much problem, that just disable the clipping for a moment. Here it's okay because I'm not pushing this into the clipping region, but it could happen, especially if you're using some proportional editing, so that could be very tragical. Here we're gonna try to match the eye hole, but this is not the moment for this, because I don't have an eye. I have this will be the eyes. Start to visualize the eye socket, but what I need here is the eyeball itself, and we don't have it. It's now, this should be a good, should be the about time to get it. It's very important because it helps shaping this, at least for what I'm doing here. It usually helps shaping this part of the face. Here I can try to get, okay, so here we got, apparently this is some sort of, not sure this is relevant, but we need certainly to start getting the jaw line for the mask and everything. So here we could, although it's very far from getting adequate results, here we can get this face, these loops here. Can try to extrude this from both side and front and side. She seems to having, okay, no, doesn't seem anything good yet, but it's starting to get the overall shape, which is important. Here there is missing something. This we need to push this, so here you see is where we need to, so this should stay here, but we could, yeah, this face is causing problem. I would prefer to have better face loop, but this one can be useful because, yeah, this face is dangerous. We need to... I don't have enough face loops emerging from the neck, so there's nothing I can do here unless I wanted to add another face loop there. So I have to struggle with this, with something here that will there are other ways to handle this, maybe not super cool, but we could do, for example, yeah, so I have like not the best face loops, but we can do this, something like this. I've been playing around with this kind of topology and see if there's anything that would be nice to have. This triangle here, maybe it's not too bad actually, but I think this is not good because I will have more stuff going on here. But this could be useful, like we could have some crease here for the like 0.8, I don't know, let's just assume, let's leave this here just to, so I know there's something that is relevant. So we could try to map that those features here. Unfortunately we cannot lock some vertices in place here. This, yeah, so here we're starting to get something relevant about, yeah, so here we'll start to have some complications here with impossible character designs. We'll have to try to match these angles here from here and both here. So for example, this, we could place it, yeah, this starts to move up maybe, yeah, the jawline start to move up here, about here. Okay, this seems good. So the problem is that this may be, yeah, from the side view. Okay, let's push it backwards. It creates some weird things. So here, yeah, I have to revise this thing. All this maybe need to push down. Or not, the neck is too squished, or it's probably because of this. Need to, here probably could hide the rest. Let's push down these features here. Yeah, so here a lot of confusions to solve in the 3D. I wasn't able to get the ideal thing in 3D, so already we see where this face is, we'll have to disrupt it in some ways. So there's some splitting, so this is the critical thing of the character design here that I'm attempting. On one way, the mask will, an imp mask will be looking forward, right? It needs to be front, this thing, but then at the same time, so the jawline needs to do something like that indeed, but then there's a split of skin, like some part will want to go back like this line here, and the other part wants to go to the side, like to create this cartoony cheekbone. So I don't even know if this is possible right now with this drawing, but this point, maybe we need to push this back a lot, so this line is more towards the back, so we can try to get like, I don't know, something like here. So right now this is too far. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we can bring it down here. But then another thing, another face, or the same face but in a different way, will start to build up the muzzle, something like this. Yeah, so you see this face sort of is in front, so it sort of overlaps. So it's like I don't have another face here, so might have to make a subdivision of this, something like here, right? And this would start a face loop around, like making some muzzle shape. But for now, let's continue some easier stuff, like around the nose. Okay, this is a okay face loop. This triangle probably won't do anything wrong. Here we need to fix. This could be simplified, of course, but what is this? We don't have enough geometry here, so this is a critical part. I'm sending this to go. Yeah, I need to carve this more in, so this also it's complicated. Okay, so this is here. This seems to be working fine. We need to start creating this upper cheek, and for this we'll have to make radical modifications here, right? Not necessarily like that, right? But already giving sign where it should be. This is very wrong, right? So we're gonna reposition this. Here for the side view, we already see that the location of the eye is very incorrect. I've drawn this exaggerated eyeball there, lid crease there, so as a reference I need to match the yeah, so this is in front. Probably have to, we need some more subdivisions here. Yeah, possibly, but yeah, this, let's bring it there. So start to get the inside of the eyes here. Oh yeah, this one is very bad. So see that we probably need another subdivision here to be able to control these shapes here. Of course, here it's horrible. We need now some sort of protrusion here for this whole cheek region, and we don't have the good geometry here. This is where also we want to start making some loop, so for the muzzle, for the mouth rig. So here there's a lot of things which are relevant. We could use this. yeah, we could take this in our favor to make this sort of subdivision here. Yeah, this can work. So we need to start you see it's starting to become organic and interesting. The forehead here, it doesn't need well, unless there's some sort of frown expression here that is very nice to have. I haven't been exploring this, but in many cartoons this is actually cool. Here this seems to be too large face. I've been questioning what I've been doing for the top and bottom 3 face loops. Maybe we need something else, I'm not sure. It might not be sufficient. But okay, we still got this big face loop, which is very important for the eyes. Then you have this, yeah, so this is the fundamentals. Then we could have the anime one. So this is one I want to have. So this will be like a crazy thing to do, but it's like it's totally feasible. Is basically I could maybe start to get, yeah, so the question is from where do I get it? Maybe I get it from here. Not sure this will be a great idea, but this was a trigon, so we could, then we go at last. Okay, there's no face loop here, but we're gonna already make one. So this is important for the mouth, the lips. Here this is not very important for the, well, maybe for the chin. What about this? Never tried this. Probably it's not a good idea, but let's try something little crazy here. Because then I can sort of collapse this thing. So I'm gonna now bring this down to have to cut the flow through, and this can be very tricky. We're gonna, yeah, it will be very tricky because there are other things going on. Let's see what we can do here. So you see it in the anime thing, it will be here. This will be very disruptive for my other strategies, right? So we can, but we can start to make, let's say, let's first make the one thing that I know that I will need anyways, which is the so I'm making the lips here following the idea of the universal sonic mouth setup, but it will be like yeah, just gonna cut here 1 and 1, just this for now. And So this is the center ellipse. Yeah, this is the mid, the in between, and here we have a triangle. This is not good, so we're gonna have to slice here. Gonna do something like this. The topology is not adequate here. Then we're gonna cut this one. This is not the universal sonic, so this is like another proposition of cartoony melt rigging, in which there is indeed this subdivision at the corners, the ellipse corner, which I still can't say exactly what is better, why we should use one and not the other. Very critical questions for melt rigging, but both works, right? The inverse sonic melt rig will simplify, but another very good cartoony melt rig will do like this, and I think both will work. This is more geometry, it might be more complicated. Maybe with this one we have more roundness, but without needing of shape key. I don't know. I've been using like that, but maybe it's not the best. It's very difficult to realize why they one or the other. So I'm still experimenting and try to see what works better. Okay, so now I need to continue closing these loops here. Let's turn off this. We have some interesting looking, but it's not what doesn't matter. So we need to start to make those face loops, and yes, so these face loops. What happened there? Okay, I think okay, let's simplify like that, right? So this is very good for the very difficult to make the universonic melt setup, but it's too wide, right? Don't need this. Let's just scale this down, scale here, move this here. Yes. Okay, then we gonna still too big, but that the important thing for me here is the topology. The topology is solved. We're gonna address the details later. And important for me is that this is the side. This should stick towards the center, this towards the middle. If we need any other GG, let's try to bring this very close. Okay, if we need more subdivision, we're gonna make them. So now we're gonna make more subdivisions here, so this will be closer here. We'll see how much this is a very big face, so we're gonna expand here. Okay, so here another one. Here at this point, proportional editing should help in shaping this in a better way. I'm not looking at the character design, it doesn't matter right now. Just trying to organize the... Usually the character has from the character design already, it would look happy from a front view because of this inclination here. So it's like the jaw, the arcades, the tongue, they are all with more or less this gizmo orientation. Maybe this is too much actually, so it'll be more like about here in my last so you can align the, yeah, it will be better to try to align the lips to that particular orientation. We can even give the arcades mesh objects and the tongue, if they are, especially the arcades, if they are separate mesh objects, you can give them the object itself this orientation. This is actually very interesting for modeling on local transform orientation, because then it facilitates, we can align to, instead of world space, we align with the local of the object, and that is instant zero out this stuff here. So I don't have the arcades right now, so I can do that. But we can use a custom, we could use a custom orientation here with this create orientation to do that. Yeah, why not? Let's try this. Not sure this will work here. Let's see if I get this with this edge. Yeah, then if I, not these ones, hold on. Is that how it works? Proportional SZ0, no, SY0, no, SX0. Maybe, but doesn't seem to have worked very well. Anyways, it's already a sort of a line, so this, I don't know with edge, maybe it's better with the face. You can use a bone too, so this so here this is important. I want this to be more aligned with the side. Okay, so you see, start to get a mix between an anime face, very rounded here, but and the cartoony muzzle shape. Still a lot to do. Let's try to get this. Oh yeah, I was expanding this, right? So possibly I don't need more. I don't need another face loop beyond this. According to the character design, maybe this could be the last one. Yeah, there's this last one, but I want to close this, going the whole loop. So this is, yeah, the jawline. So this probably needs something else here. What have I done? Okay, I see what I have done. So I got this, and now I can connect here just to make sure that should be better. So here we got a problem though. I'm missing. Oh no, this thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I have this face loop, and it's still not the last. And now I can try to bring this to the jaw. So this will cross this stuff. This is dangerous for skinning. Yeah, you see, it bypasses everything. This is not well located here. We can't just cross this whole face loop. This is very important. So we need to try to bring it actually going. Also, it creates this triangle here. So instead of it moving from the top, right, we could try to get it from here. It doesn't need to be that stiff, unless I have other thing. Yeah, there's another idea that we could have a whole loop around the structure, which actually not too bad. We could be this one, for example. So if I try to tackle this right now, right, if I have like this whole thing all around. So this kind of pretty cool, but should it go here or there? Yeah, so I think this should go. I already did something like that. It's not, it caused problems, but everything causes problems. So we're gonna try to check this. And so here we got not what I wanted, but yeah, it's because of this I never did that. Not sure if this is good. Sounds interesting. We have this kind of weird face loop here, but this yes, this I've done over and over again, but not this one. This can be interesting for the chin because we are giving this special structure, but I don't know how this might deform. This can be dangerous. As long as this doesn't do the wrong deforms, then this maybe can work. We're gonna check this out. Never know, sometimes you're doing this here also. I'm not sure if this vertices can go crazy. I don't know how it will behave in relation to the rest. Okay, and then we're gonna try to bring not this already got. This already got. We're gonna bring this one to try to get to match the jaw there. Yeah, we're gonna try to get this one to cross, to make the crossing madness. Gonna dissolve this. It's not looking very good right now, but I think, yeah, so it should go there. It's go too much to the side, right? But here we can reposition this. It's going down. Okay, this is good. Down the jawline, but then we need to have something that would create the cheekbone here. So we're gonna, how can I do this? I need a, yeah, here lacking geometry, so we can subdivide this. No, this is probably a bad idea. So I don't know what here, but let's do something very basic here. And let's use this dot to create that. This is not, this usually is dangerous. We don't have a face loop around this, so this is bad. But maybe we could have this by doing some inset here. And this will be, of course, very bad. So we are stuck here with this shape. And this is dangerous because it will be a flat topology, so we're gonna merge at center. With luck, nothing here would happen, it will remain smooth, but yeah, we don't have that topology that loops around. But it is like this system, right, that can work. Maybe we can have this control V vertex crease 0.8. Okay, it's very easy to have these shapes breaking. We need large faces here. We need to build this shape better, right? It's too low poly here, this will not work. We need to find some way to already here. Maybe you can cut these big faces here, we don't need that. Some faces here are very bad, of course, so this is structural for the ears, but this could be very bad for the skull. Here, bringing this up might not be a bad idea. Probably need some more stuff to structure this. I don't really like this thing from the center. It seems to be causing some trouble. Instead, let's cut here and try to spread this thing, something like this. Okay, so I maintain this loop, that's fine. It's not the ideal loop, but that's still feasible. This is acceptable for now. Then here this side is like yeah, we can have this as long as we make as long as this stays clean. What about this face loop? What is this? Okay, so this, alright, so I have this thing. So this is what remains to solve here, basically one of the big questions. These face loops are fine. This for the mouth are fine. This one is a question here. It seems to be accurate. I think that should work. We are having problem with this tip of the nose here. Maybe here we need yeah, usually we need something like this. Need to smooth this curvature here. All right. Then I need to find, how did I do this other times? Always I do this. It's okay, let's hide this. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I have the mask here. And there is the muzzle thing. So wait, how did you smooth without breaking the seam? What the fuck? Where is that? In which part? The nose here? There's no seam. There is the... maybe I did some... No, it's not that. I've made a cut and I just start to rearrange here. The topology was helping already. I don't want to complicate here, but there will be other ways, like trying to loop this thing around here. Yeah, it is possible, but that would be kind of tricky. Like possibly we could loop this one into this one here with some diagonal, but then I'm not sure how that would work. Then I'll probably lose this one. This one is more important. Oh, it's clamping, clipping. Yeah, where it will be clipping or clipping. Yeah, I don't get it, but anyways, we feel free to explain or not if you want. So not sure what you saw, but yeah, modeling can be very interesting. I don't use like a lot of mirror clip. Oh yeah, the clipping of the mirrors, sure. That is very helpful. Very bad for shape keys though, but very good for certain case of shape key, regular shape keys. That's how smoothing didn't break the mirror seam. Yes, it stays when you smooth, right? The other side just it doesn't do anything, right? Just can. So it's very safe as long as you don't have some crazy angle where you're pushing some mesh into the clipping region. Then that will be nightmarish. So we have, yeah, we got good stuff here. Let's see. Let's enable this and see. Yeah, we totally need to fix this. So more subdivisions maybe. Okay, so I already have this triangle. Maybe I can bring this like from the top. What if we merge these things here? Then I try to mix this into a single one. One triangle here and one. I think that can work. Yeah, this face is not the best, but it was better than before. Yeah, yeah, we're lacking here some more smoothness here. Why I'm doing this? Let's use this one. So here we got Control V, no, Control V, vertex crease 0.8. Okay, so I have 3 points there, this, and this, and then we have some crease here that is not really necessary, but I think it works. The jawline, which needs some more improvements probably. So if I'm not wrong, then we got from here the anime thing, yeah, going here. Very weird, this face here. Might need some extra subdivision, but there is not. This go to the mouth, this will be terrible. Yeah, none of that, and this will be very stupid. So nothing to do here, but we can probably still play with this. And here I need to favor the upper cheek, so this is tricky. She's looking like a plush. It's not very far from what I was expecting, but it's a different character design. Maybe we'll follow the flow. Maybe this can lead to something interesting. It's not bad. It's just different than what I'm used to do. Let's see here with the. Here you see this face is too. Now this triangular face. Yeah, I need to do something about this. Okay, I know what maybe could be done. I could try that, but let's see. Oh no, what's this doing here? Control V, vertex 0.1. Okay, no freeze here. Yeah, still okay. At least now we have this. We can make a better curvature there. So this goes to the jawline, and this contributes to the curvature of this. And here we have giga faces, which is bad. Here we need the upper cheek again. Very easy to disrupt this. And here we are lacking horizontal faces here to shape this in a better way, but I still not sure if I want to create this. I have to do something about the mouth. Yeah, so but it's kind of smooth, so the fact that it's smooth is a bonus here. It is feasible, right? It is feasible in many various angles. This is not horrible, so it seems to be fine. Oh well, I'm still gonna crash out. I can't texture paint low poly style in UCU paint. Yeah, this add-on, right? A free add-on. I have never used. I think I've installed once, but it's difficult sometimes to adapt to add-ons. Isn't this the add-on that you have layers, texture paint layers? This is what I think is groundbreaking. Like you have image texture layers inside Blender. I really like to have something like that to improve boost the texture painting experience. Yeah, here this is this it's because this thing is just not in the right. I don't have the face loops going. It's too delicate. I need to, yeah, this one. This wire, the mask is conflicting with the mask is conflicting with the notion of the furry muzzle or cartoony muzzle. So this giga face here. Yeah, but then it's the same problem. So maybe okay, maybe I need to do something about these faces here. This more to the front, so you can get more like this. Something like this, right? And now we start to get, well, I'm not forbidden to do this, but this will break the symmetry of the mouth, which is it's boring, right? No, it's not boring. It can cause some. It can complicate the mouth rig, so it's like more than it is already is. So that means that here we could have more face loops. Here we get some. Yeah, but I think these faces were too large, so I needed to do something about that. So maybe it's the best thing to do here, and at least we gain the fact that this is now a quad. Where does it go? Okay, we have some. Okay, this. Maybe this gives a little more flexibility to shape this, so this is not too bad. Yeah, this area is important. We got better upper cheek structure now. Yes. So I think so. We were able to get the upper cheek forward because we are lacking. Yeah, still very big these faces, but this allows us to, should allow us to get a better arrangement here of this geometry. So you can sort of have like a little, like best of the two worlds, something like that. Yeah, sounds interesting. Okay, so this is still not good. I need to check the character design now to the model sheet to see if, so the jawlines start to go behind. So this is exactly what it was supposed to do in some strange way. And here we start to get problem with these faces. Maybe I need to smooth. Yeah, we have some issues here. So for this I'm not sure how to solve, but right now, but we can Maybe change this crease is particularly too strong. What's happening here? Oh, overlays off. Yeah, I need to check out this UCU texture painting. So here we are left here with okay, the head was okay. This is good developments. Let's check here. There's the ears. Let's see if, oh yeah, a lot of things incorrect about the positioning of the geometry. Let's turn on the let's make those massive changes here. With proportional editing, this usually is safe. Just don't collapse these things into the mirror modifier. That could be disastrous. But I don't have shape keys yet, nor wave paint, so it's still relatively safe. Too many loops here. We don't need all this right now. Okay, so this sounds reliable. Then from the side view, yeah, and maybe you're right, the elf ear doesn't combine very well. Still could make up my mind, but well, I'll try like this for now, just a cat character. I don't know what's happening here to this neck. This face loop seems to be a bit bad here. Maybe too many subdivisions here. No, it's just that these are going without hair. This is like more likely to happen. Not big deal, I think. Need to revise though, but this is No, but this face loop is okay. Need to improve some what's happening here to this geometry. It will be better if I had some loop that will do something better than this. This is too dangerous to smooth out. This is cool. Teach me. Welcome, Yassar GameX. Welcome to the stream. So, doing some modeling here. Teach. Well, what is depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? Because I don't have too many modeling tutorials out there, but I am doing this stream for this character. Maybe you can follow up and see it. But if you have any question, you can ask there. I can try to provide some idea. Folks, here, right? I have the just 3 minutes. I need to be right back. Alright, folks, sorry about that. Back. So today, what is left? Yeah, there's something I won't be able to complete the modeling here for the body, but because there are the hands, I want to make a good revision on the hands. There the foot. The foot is easier, but it's still there is the body, yeah, the shoulder and the hips, the belly, all the torso. It's complicated, but the head was a great advancement. So we're gonna see if I can at least start developing the torso here and get something good. I don't know right now the good topology tricks for the shoulder. But we're gonna try anyways. We're gonna see if we can reach any solution here. Maybe I hide this. No, too much. It's just the faces. We can also hide the head for now. So the topology of the shoulders are very important for rigging. So we already see where from this rest position it should sort of match there. So we're gonna try to get this thing here. So yeah, we're gonna try to make that face loop there to lead. This is like we are already in the arm. So this face loop. Then we need to cut another face loop that will be like, yeah, for this let's make something like here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut like all around here. We can probably bevel this, so I get this and this, and whatever is inside will be like the shoulder. Let's see if this is accurate here. No, it's not. Yeah, it needs first completion. This, of course, this mistakes happen. So for now we can dissolve this. Maybe we can cut here. No, wrong cut. Also wrong cut, but we're gonna use that. Merge at center. Okay, so we got this. We would need some I don't know what is happening here to my calculations of. I'll have to check the other model, but yeah, that's for the counting of the face loops. It's most likely that I'll have something like that, but this maybe will die off somewhere, and I'm unsure. So of course we need something here, but this will. It's not fundamental right now for the thing here, so we're gonna so possibly this we can dissolve. Okay, let's do instead this one. And here it's a question of how we connect everything. So we need some shapes like we need to build some structure like the clavicle. It could be, I've been doing this from here, so you can try to, yeah, where would it match? So okay, we could try somewhere here. Then this face loop, I'm not sure I'm gonna. And then anyways, we can just dissolve something here. This needs to start to go backwards. Trying to follow the anatomy. We'll leave it like this for now. Then this face, yeah, this face could be more towards the bottom. They don't need to be here, so it's like flat chest here. Then we can Yeah, the problem is that I don't remember the other feature of the topology, so we can do lots of things here could work, but here probably we're gonna want to connect here to start with. Yeah, let's leave this connection here, of course. And what will happen to the shoulder here? So if I have this thing, it should, and it ends in one thing, it should probably shape itself in some sort of thing like that. But that doesn't complete, right? You see, the doesn't solve the problem. Instead, it's like I need to collapse something here. There's the scapula. Yeah, so the scapula structure, very important. So maybe I can use this already to build from. Yeah, let's try to. But this could grow like here. We can bevel this. J, so here we go, we can pick those push this to make the spine. Yeah, this is too much. But okay, we got the scapula, so we can the scapula geometry and the dorsal spine geometry. We can make this thing here already, so we can keep doing this. So here you can, there are many shapes you can develop, but here we got, yeah, the buttocks, so this will be more complicated right now, so not that, let's continue there. Certainly the scapula, this structure will contribute to the shaping of the, not only the shaping, the topology of the shoulders. So it's very important here, we need some, oh yeah, I just forgot, so why not, we could make something crossing here from inside, but I don't remember having done this, so we can instead just get a face loop here all around the shoulder, yeah, like something like here, yeah. Not this one is too low, so maybe this one, so I get this, or it could be both, but so something that will move up like here, and although we could totally use this, right? Let's try to use this one right now. So Okay, let's dissolve this and try to do it from this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna very large here. I'm gonna try to connect this, yeah, here, this one, like folders, right? Then this will pauldron, like snapping straight with this one. Probably here we can change this positioning, right? So how many you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we got 4, and then it doesn't need to be 4, right? Can probably reduce that. Unsure here, but this sounds to be important. Yeah, I have this face loop is important, this one is face loop is important, probably one face here at least. So we gonna 1, 2, 3, we need this thing here also. We got it here already, so we need to maybe merge here, then J this, so here start building this, then here from the, this by no means the professional way of doing it, it just works, right? It's but it's like labyrinthic, so you can start cutting here. Yeah, let's just cut this thing roughly, and let's get to have one. Yeah, so we're missing one, but we got the face loop, the structure is there. Here we can probably redirect many of these things, right? This this can sort of be built on top of that, as weird as it sounds, but it can be done. It will be actually more accurate anatomically speaking. This is why this could go, it could do something like that, right? So it will be the as follow. Let's try this. Not sure it's gonna work, but I got this face loop for the neck, the base of the neck, then this, which is unsure, then we have this thing here, then we got this very creepy thing here. Let's delete this. We can make this thing like here. Okay, so here is the scapula thing and achieved. So this, where this could lead many ways, so We can connect this to the breast region also. Do we need all this subdivision? Yeah, probably the back. Yeah, probably need that. So I'm gonna make this thing here, and let's see for the character design. Yeah, this looks exactly what is. I did another model, so yeah, we can use this to match the under the breast. Yeah, why not? So that can probably work. Yes, it seems to be more or less there. We'll have some. We can make the breast region here. It's actually easy in this approach here. So we're gonna make this cut here, then we see that we are missing possibly some subdivision here. Yeah, so we're gonna J. I can just delete this face, then there's something that is not good here. Actually, there are better things to do for. I don't remember what I did with this one, so possibly this is not the best proposition right now. I'm gonna skip this one. I want a face loop around the breast going towards the going up towards the shoulders. I don't know how this will be developed right now, but it will be something. At least let's leave the structure here, and here we can just merge at last. No, yeah, merge at last. We need more geometry here to build this. Okay, let's extrude here, scale without proportional editing. No, not yet. Let's make a subdivision, then we merge this one. So it already got the proper setup here. The face here is very distorted. Let's the positioning is tricky right now, but we can pick this and just smooth this now. Yeah, this is not the this too close to the shoulder. The shoulder region is not resolved yet. So there is many things here that are quite tricky to solve, but we can we'll be better with the subdivision surface modifier. Let's check here. No, it is very terrible. So we need more geometry, of course, and the larger, and we're gonna have to do way more. Yeah, here the lots of inconsistencies. It's too low poly yet for the shapes. Eventually we'll get it right, but for now we need to return here. Just see if we got some connections there. So here we were trying to get this loop. Yeah, so this face loop here. We said there's a terrible face loop here that we need to do something about it. Yeah, here the sides are also very critical. Maybe I should just try to get this one done. So I have something more to play with here. Like, yeah, this. Yeah, a very bulky character design. So we're gonna readdress all that later when we have the more established of these base features. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. These ones. Okay, this is symmetric. 1 2 3 4 5, and here you have an extra which might be a mistake, so we can probably try to do something here. And so where this goes, it goes beyond, below. Yes, it goes here. So here is the trapezium, and here lots of things would need to be achieved to get already see here that I got some problems with where was the problem for the neck there close to the head. So here we can, yeah, these things start to move up. So this very important. We need to find where to place this thing. Well, technically we can just, we could do that, but this is oh yeah, why not? I'd prefer to go to the, but that works, that would work. Okay, so let's try center maybe. Okay, there's many things to solve there. I will leave like that for now. And this part, yeah, so oh yeah, so here we can solve this by getting different quads, right? Like one here and, well, no, so can we have more subdivisions here? Probably we need this kind of setup, sort of urgent. We are lacking some more structure here. Yeah, we got this rock. We've lost this one. What happened there? Don't remember this face loop. MFW. The only other Blender stream is a noob breaking Blender live with a super low remesh value. Yeah, it's funny to watch multiple to see what's going on the streaming of Blender. Alright, so here we get this. Someone always breaking Blender somehow. But honestly, joining a Discord screencast seems too personal for me even. I've been like the most consistent viewer. I don't know, man. Yeah, Discord is, there are many, it's more private, right? Unless it's on those servers, right? Those open servers, then it's like not so. I don't like to do that in those servers. I don't have a server for streaming, or so I do this on YouTube, but I usually follow modeling or rigging. What I try to follow in terms of the Blender streams. Besides what I'm doing here. Actually, character modeling, rigging, scene. Yeah, I should go back to the scene making, that asset library, this stuff. I think this underrated. Need more content. I want to make a tutorial series, something like that. Maybe not series, but yeah, something like. I want to make a basic course of the asset library system, like a course project for YouTube. I think it's something that should be very relevant. I don't like how this neck is going on. This thing is wrong position. Too protruded. Yeah, forward. Need to. Sometimes these face loops, you can try to collapse them in more intelligent ways, like here, for example. This sounds very stupid. Yeah, so this, oh, I've bricked something here. Yeah, and we are back to where we were. Okay, never mind then. I follow anyone, honestly, just whoever is the best, honestly. Yes, yes. Good, yeah. So I've seen one guy that was very interesting. Unfortunately, his I don't have much time to follow right now, but I know he's doing stuff. He does VRM stuff like avatars, right? He stream like for hours every day, something like that. I spot many interesting techniques he was showcasing, but it's very hard to find because it's like the techniques, because it's very long stuff, right? So you need to look on the very, must be lucky and try to pay attention to the parts that matter. But it's cool, someone is doing this kind of stuff in Blender and on a regular basis. So I've added, watched. I try to see if something catch my attention on occasion. So, okay, so here it is. This thing is still not set. Struggling with this face loop here. It should go all around, yeah, and leave some place in, or maybe not. Yeah, here it is, like you see, they are in the same pathway, right? Let's do this. They are going the same pathway until they split. Yeah, so we're gonna do here and try to do this. Okay, and so we're gonna make them rejoin. This what? Oh, okay, we can probably collapse this. It's old. Right, so you start to get the center. Okay, we got something here. But there are these strange structures there, so Okay, for now I'm just gonna close this. That's okay, we are able to symmetrize this shoulder. It's not necessary, but it can be interesting if we are able to do this, like a game challenge basically. The body is not symmetrical anyways in this sense, but sometimes this kind of symmetry, for the geometry, it helps rigging. Like, what is this? Let's just connect this. Yes, this is doing it. Let's make her tail here. With everything is missing here, but we can probably do something. Probably need some more. Okay, let's just do this. This is very simple. So face, should it be here? Let's see. According to the character design, this is too low. Oh, need to. Okay, let's move this up. Still too low. Okay, let's delete this. Dissolve this. Here, about this positioning here should be fine. So extrude. No, extrude here. No. GG. And I'm sorry. GG. Merge at center. Bring it there. So it has this peculiar shape, right? Diamond shape near the end, and this is very easy to rig. It's like use bones with the how do you call the with auto IQ option. You just easily pose them anyhow. With even in addition to, well, that will depend of the physics you're using for bones, if using physics for bones. Otherwise not even necessary. It can be animated without physics and grant easy results, but auto IQ option is like fundamental for posing them, like quickly posing them and making physics out of animation manually. It's very easy if you have, of course, the background of of animating this stuff. Here it works with here, it works with, and then if you have a wiggle 2 add-on, which is free, or this for animation right inside them, because if it's VRM, then spring bones, I think, then unfortunately cannot test them in Blender, but let's have, oh, here we're gonna also control V this and vertex crease 0.8. There we go. Not sure this is the, let's use this proportional editing. Let's do something like that. Yeah, that's seems good. Straight, because then it is easy to, this is an animation Yes, so let's demonstrate this is better than, so in other characters probably you've seen that if you've been following. So the have here, for example, have this character, so there's she's not VRM, she's just VRM. So here is the cloak. Okay, this costume doesn't have cloak. So here's the ponytail. I'm using auto IQ option tools sidebar. This is inbuilt, right? Auto IQ option. So just pick one here. Change the mouse wheel scroll. If you stretch, it goes until the last connected parenting. And so you can, if you stretch and then you can repose on any. Okay, let's say I just want the tip here, just want grabbing, right? Just grabbing. I want this. Oh no, I want to pick this. Okay, so then this is F key, this is I key. Depends on the auto I key length. So then you can easily. And then if it has bone physics, then in this case wiggle to add-on, then you have, it's free. It's tricky, but it's free. Then we got, oh yeah, those bones are nice, but pairing them with physics cage, yeah, no physics cage here. This is because the wiggle to add-on, it like it's easier to like I play here and I can keyframe this and yeah, I'm not gonna do the work here, but if I keyframe a bone here, then it interacts with the physics. Oh, I'm not saving here, so let's say I get this one and I'm gonna, and then okay, I got from here, let's say that yeah, auto key, better to use this auto keying also. So I'm gonna change this radically here, then I'm forcing the physics to adapt to those posings. And so let's say some F key here, but you don't even need this thing if you to animate bone physics like I could do in animation. Of course it's not economic, but we can, it's total, because auto IQ helps a lot. So for example, let's say the hair start like that. Now I need to turn off this this physics here. Okay, so start here, then let's say got some keyframe here. We do this. This is old traditional school of animation, right? Can have the notion of physics, then this helps a lot in making the wavy motions, right? And eventually you get something like, yeah, very crude here, but you get the idea. It's very easy to, it's confusing, but it's very easy to pose the, to make the loop, the whip stuff here, like the whip effect, just with this single inbuilt blender thing, which is the auto IQ up. So if you know how to animate special effects, this is like the is like the best. You easily achieve some wavy motion like here with just this, without even any physics. Just auto IQ option and a simple bone armature deform rig. Could be bendy bones too, but too much, no need. Actually, there's a setup of bendy bones that this could be bendy bones, like they are connected, so we could, let's say, that would be crazy, right? No, like 5. Okay, now they are bendy bones. It's like her spine actually. Not only now they deform as bendy bones, spline skinning, but they also have the auto IQ, so they are super flexible now. Not sure that the deforms will, yeah, this geometry is just too too simple, right? But we could improve the subdivision, whatever, more. But first the spine, yeah, her spine is the same thing here. Is auto IQ option with bendy bones which are connected, so they mean that this is these are regular deformed bones. They don't need to be bendy bones. The spine I decided yes, because it's much cooler. But yeah, the bendy bones should improve the deforms a little, but not too much here, because I would need more subdivisions. Yeah, I actually this should be bendy bones, should be probably better. Just as the spine, there's no reason why this is not bendy bones actually. But you see, this also works anyways, right? So let's come back to the Necromancer, and yeah, this one. So yeah, I think for today that will be this. I'd like to do more, but it's already too long stream, so next time I'll need to conclude this the shoulders, then I'll go for the hips region, which is very complicated, the belly, all this stuff here, and then if I'm lucky, I will be able to complete those things. I'll take some reference before. We'll be bringing the other model for comparison for the mesh topology, and feet, hands, and yeah, the torso. Then with this completed, this is very bad here. We're gonna solve that later. Then we need to fix the elements of the face, hair, and whatever. Clothing, she doesn't have clothing, I think. Yeah, so and so on and so on and so on. So but the mesh is yeah, probably in 2 days here stream we can complete the mesh geometry and mesh topology of the body. Yeah, body and head, body and the other mesh objects will take a little bit longer, but this I think is the most challenging thing from scratch. So thanks, Master Smith. So thanks folks for watching. Tomorrow I'll be back, and all the days of the week except Sundays, so I'll try to be always in the time, right? 7 PM for me here. And take care and happy blendering. Good luck in your and good inspiration in your projects. See you soon. Enjoy.